and a big hi and welcome to my newbies. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Disclaimer. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. At no point is this video to promote violence. Let's get twisted. Was the father also to blame for the loss of their kids? Did he drive Galena into committing such an act? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. So, on June 24th of the year 2012, in Dogna, Prain, a suburb of Moscow, Russia, Galina Robkova committed a horrific act by unaliving her two young sons, Viva, 7 years old, and Rodion, 4 years old. The incident shocked neighbors and authorities alike, especially due to Galina's unnervingly calm demeanor and sitting near the bodies after the event. When questioned by neighbors, she coldly admitted to the act, stating she should have done it a long time ago. When questioned by neighbors, the police encountered a violent resistance upon her arrest, with Galina shouting and mocking them. Galina came from a well-off family, the Radkova family. They appeared outwardly stable and comfortable, living near Moscow. Sergei Rabkova, the father. He worked as a well-paid computer programmer, while Galina was a stay-at-home mother. Their marriage was trouble from the start, marked by mutual accusations of violence, although violence was never directed at the children. Sergei described Galina's mothering as erratic, affectionate at times, but neglectful or absent at others. Galina had a history of mental health depression, including a psychiatric hospital near commitment in 2001 after attempting to unalive herself. Neighbors record Galina locking the children for hours in the apartment, and the apartment was in disarray, with exposed wires, bare floors, and scattered toys, reflecting family dysfunction. That's a list of the troubles. I wished I had looked into further, more important things. Galina's alcohol and dependency worsened over time, and Sergei often traveled for work, leaving Galina alone with the children. I mean, he knew her situation. So the events leading up to the tragedy. On June 9, Sergei left for a holiday alone, intending to bring the sons later, but Galina refused, citing the need to register Viva for school. Now, Viva has previously been rejected from school for not knowing how to read or write, so that was a problem. Sergei informed Galina that he wanted a divorce and planned to seek custody of the children. She was not happy about that. Galina's health deteriorated further. She claimed Sergei left her without money, although she received some money, financial aid from her mother and social services. Neighbors reported that, Galina expressing despair and helplessness, feeling abandoned with hungry children and no support in the days before. So then came unaliving the kids. Galina apparently experienced sleepless nights and dark thoughts. The incident took place in June 24th of the year 2012. Galina's attempt to unalive herself and her children by electrocution in the bathtub. But this failed due to blown fuses and faulty equipment. Realizing her plan was not working, she decided to unalive her sons first to ensure no one would care for them if she was unalived alone. She lowered the boys to the 15th balcony of the floor balcony under the pretense of throwing paper aeroplanes. She threw Rodion over the balcony. Neighbors heard the impact and later saw the boy laying motionless. Then she threw Viva, 7 years old, who was screaming and begged for his life. Galena sat on the railing, contemplating unaliving herself, but was interrupted by a passerby and did not jump. So this guy was at the wrong place, the wrong time. She returned to her apartment and then went outside calmly. When confronted by the concierge and neighbors, she admitted to unaliving her children, stating they were angels who had flown into heaven. Paramedics came and pronounced the boys unalived at the scene. This didn't come to a surprise to anybody. It was finally time for Galena's fate and legal proceedings. Galena exhibited detachment and confusion during the trial. A criminal psychologist testified at Galena's act was driven by hatred for her husband and a desire for revenge, which tragically extended to her children. She attempted her end during the trial by drinking bleach, but sought medical help afterwards. Forensic examination diagnosed her with psychopathic disorder, finding her legally insane at the time of the killings. The Moscow Regional Court released her from criminal liability and sentenced her to indefinite compulsory psychiatric treatment, with possible future release if her condition improved. Sergei Ravkova disagreed with the verdict, expressing no forgiveness and a desire to sever all contact. Let's look at the key insights. Health deterioration and family dysfunction were central to the tragedy. The parents' troubled relationship and lack of support systems exacerbated Galena's condition. Galena's violent act was premeditated, emotional detachment coupled with a desire for revenge against her husband. The legal system recognized her insanity, emphasizing by psychiatric intervention over punishment. The community was deeply traumatized by the event, with neighbors marking the names on the apartment wall during mourning. So, to make this short, I will give you brief event guidelines which took place. Dates and events. 2001. Galena nearly committed to psychiatric facility after suicide attempt. 2010. Incident where Galena allegedly tried to Sergei during apartment renovation. Then we go on to June 9th of 2012. Sergei leaves for holiday. Galena refuses to let her sons visit, citing school reasons. June 10, 2012. Viva birthday, Sergei does not call to congratulate. June 9, 2023. Galena experiences sleepless nights with dark thoughts. June 24. On 2012. Galena unalives her two sons by throwing them off the balcony and attempts to unalive herself. Post June 24, arrest trial, psychiatric diagnosis, and sentencing compulsory care, psychology and social factors. Galena exhibited signs of severe depression and neglect. She was described as explosive, neglectful, and increasingly dependent on substances. The relation breakdown and a lack of adequate health support contributed significantly. The tragedy underscores the importance of timely intervention in cases of family violence and mental illness. So let's come to a conclusion, overall conclusion. This case is devastating. Example of how untreated mental health illness combined with family dysfunction and social isolation can lead to catastrophic outcomes. It highlights the outcomes. It highlights the challenges in recognizing early warning signs and providing support to vulnerable families. The community's shock and lasting trauma serve as sombre reminder of the tragedy's profound impact. So, the Rabkova case remains a tragic reminder of the complexities of mHealth family conflicts and the dire consequences with these issues go uncounted and violent resistance upon her recent arrest. So, guys, if you need help or you know someone who needs help, please, it's a gain. It's not a loss, it's a gain for yourself and for others. Nothing wrong in gaining help, gaining your sanity. Bye, guys. I hope you can subscribe and drop in the comments below if you think Sergio was partially to blame for the loss of his kids. Bye, guys.